Welcome to another edition of TV5 Book Club. Today's guest, Tanya Chevenel from Portland, talking about your new book, The Moon Over Malibu, Maine. First of all, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
When I first read the title, I had to stop and think for just a second, is Malibu an actual place in Maine? But no, it is a fictional place that you dreamed up.
It is. It's an imaginary place where animals do most of the talking, but it's a really fun place to hang out.
So tell me about the concept for this book.
Sure. Well, actually, I love wildlife. I'm lucky to live in an area where I get to see a lot of wildlife. So I was watching two years ago this really amazing groundhog, had a huge personality. And I knew from that point I needed to have a groundhog in this book. But it was actually a sunrise conversation I saw, or my wildlife camera caught between a deer and a turkey. And that really was like the catalyst for the book, because I thought, wow, what if this conversation's going on and this groundhog pops up and says, what are you guys talking about? And they find out a groundhog's never seen a full moon because it's underground in his burrow at night.
Imagine that, never seeing a full moon. So yeah. I would imagine they need to get the groundhog sorted out and have him see that moon.
Exactly. So before the next full moon, they're going to help the groundhog, learn how to be out at night and learn a lot about the phases of the moon.
I'm looking at the books in front of us, and it seems as though nature and wildlife is really something that you draw a lot of inspiration from.
It is, and in a way it always has been. I mean, I'm still in touch with the 7-year-old inside me for sure. I like to play, and I like to imagine conversations between animals. I wrote a lot of little stories when I was young, and I'm still kind of doing it now.
And while this is a children's book, I do know that you have some Easter eggs in there, correct? For the parents who may be reading alongside their children.
Yeah, I think sometimes I show off some of my age, but even there's a little wink to Caddyshack in the book. There's a scene where the groundhogs are, out on a golf course. They're going to go talk to another groundhog that lives underneath. So it definitely is a little tiny wink to Caddyshack, which I thought was a really fun movie back in the day.
So when did this book release?
It's just been out several weeks, so it's really pretty new. I'm still getting it out into stores, but it is available in a lot of different places in Maine, I'm happy to say.
I heard that it'll also be available, if people want to also meet you in person, at the upcoming craft show at the Bangor Mall. That is an extremely popular craft show every year, and it's really right around the corner. I believe the first day of it, November 9th. So if people want to come and meet you, have any questions about your titles, they can meet you there.
Yes, I love the fair, and I'm doing both weekends. I will be there November 9th, 10th, 16th, and 17th, with one little exception. I'm going to sneak off Sunday, November 10th in the afternoon because my dad's being inducted into the Maine Running Hall of Fame.
That's so exciting. Yeah. Exciting time for your family.
Yeah, I'm so proud of him.
And really quickly, you mentioned it, and I highlighted it in the research here. A groundhog with a huge personality. Tell me how this real-life groundhog, what makes it have a huge personality?
It would come out from underneath the shed it lived in, and I had a bench. And so this thing every morning would get up and stretch and yawn, and then it would power nap during the day on this bench, and then it would run around and chase turkeys. And my wildlife camera picked up a really funny photo of it, and it looked like a used car salesman trying to sell my car to a squirrel. So, I mean, this groundhog was really fun.
It begged to be a main character in your books.
Big time. Yes,
wonderful.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else you want to tell our viewers and future readers?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much. I've had the opportunity to meet so many people who've supported me as a first-time book author with a Maine birthday book. It matters a lot. And so I do have a website, malibumaine.com, and you can get books there, and I'm also grateful for the stores who've carried this book. I really appreciate them too.
That website on the screen right now. Tanya Chevenel, thank you so much for being here this evening.
Thank you. It's great.